one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews, unboxings, and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema and a whole lot of nostalgia. Today we're taking a trip down memory lane, but not to the movie theater. We're heading to the Golden Arches. Who remembers the McDonald's Happy Meal Beanie Baby toys? No, no, not just any toys. I'm talking about the teeny beanie babies that ran from 1997 to 2000. The tiny plushes that caused big chaos. If you weren't around back then or were too young to remember, let me tell you, the Beanie Baby craze was real. These weren't just toys, these were collectibles, investments, and apparently reasons for full blown fistfights in restaurants. Yes, there were arrests over these little things at the height of the frenzy. Here's a funny story about how I ended up with a bunch of these little guys. My parents and I decided to tackle a much needed spring cleaning mission in our attic. You know, the kind where you find stuff you didn't even know you were missing. Hours into the chaos, under a pile of forgotten clothes, we struck plush gold. There it was, a bag filled with 20 beanie babies, all still sealed in their original packaging from 1999. I honestly don't know what's more shocking, that my brother and I never opened them or that my parents forgot about them for 26 years. But hey, they still know I'm a kid at heart and they were more than happy to let me add them to my collection. I guess people really thought these things were going to make you rich someday. But who knows? Maybe they still might. All right, let's switch up the camera angle and get a closer look at these teeny treasures because you've got to see these things up close. All right, what you're looking at here is the entire 1999 line of toys released in the short time from May 21st to June 3rd. My favorite name of the animals would be Nuts the Squirrel for obvious reasons, and for character design would be Smoochie the Frog. Now there is 12. I'll be showing the other four off in a second, and just want to give you a close up. I mean, look at all these great. Look at the colors. Look at Ronald McDonald, which I don't know. I feel like you don't see Ronald McDonald anymore at on marketing and on the. Remember, he used to sit on the benches outside of the restaurants and everything. And yeah, it's a shame, but I love again that they're numbered. I love that they all have different colors. Um, let's look at a package a little bit more clearly. So we've got the first one in the 1999 line, Freckles the leopard toy animal. On the bottom, it's going to say licensed for distribution only by McDonald's restaurants with food purchase, not for resale. And then we flip it over, and we can see these things are very small, but you can still feel the beanies, the little plushes in there. Of course, you got the iconic heart tag with Ty on there. So again, we got number one, we got Freckles. Number two, we got Antsy the Anteater. So we're gonna show him off real quick. Oh, that's a better view. Okay. Number three, Smoochie the Frog. Love a good frog. This one's, again, probably my favorite character design. Spunky the Cocker Spaniel. Rocket the Blue Jay. Oh, this one looks really good. Iggy the Iguana. Strut the Rooster. This one looks good as well. Nuts the Squirrel. All right, so that is the first 8. And now I'm going to move on to 9, 10, 11, 12 because they didn't fit in the frame. So, all right, let's see here. All right, so as you can see with 9 left, starting from left to right, 9 is Claude the Crab. This one's got some good colors, some browns and greens and stuff. Stretchy the Ostrich. Nook the Husky. My dad actually had a husky dog growing up, so this one will probably be his favorite. And Chip the Cat. All right, so that is it for the... Oh, let me grab the bag as well. And this is the bag. Let me see if I can flatten it out a little bit without destroying it. Of course, we got Ronald and the Beanie Babies at the top. Teeny Beanie Babies, Freckles. I love that they have their date of birth and the date it was introduced in the stores. 1999 original series. Beanie Babies plush toys are plush toys are available at finer retail stores. I loved how, if you don't remember, Beanie Babies used to be at sort of non chain stores. They wouldn't be sold at like Toys R Us or something. It would be at these smaller stores, and you would have to call in um, and find out if they were carrying a certain type of animal that your kid wanted, or and it was madness. I mean, it was so hard to get these things, and they would sell for crazy amounts of money. Iggy the iguana, of course, these fun little things that you could do when you were, eating your food and riding on the way home from the restaurant. Find 11 hidden teeny beanie names. What names missing? And Antsy the Anteater, 97, introduced in 98. Got Rocket the Blue Jay, March 1997, date introduced 1998. So as you can see, this is showing, this probably was the bag for all the years from 97 to 98. And we got Smoochie the Frog, Spunky the Cocker Spaniel, and this says he'd rather dine on an apple pie than eat an ant or harm a fly. Which beanie baby is this? And of course, if you go to the bottom, you can see missing name Chip, poem Antsy the Anteater, and all the what would they call it? All the words missing from the puzzle. So I love all that. I got a proof of purchase. 1999 McDonald's Corporation, Illinois, Fisher Price, and that's the bag. Okay, and these are actually from, it says on Wikipedia that they're from the 1996 series, but it also says on Wikipedia that the promotions and Happy Meals were from 1997 to 2000. So if you know anything I don't know, please let me know in the comments. I'm guessing it started in 96, or that might be a typo on Wikipedia. But for 1996, I have 3, 6, 7, I have 8 of them, and there was 10. So I'm missing, who am I missing? Number 4 and number 8. Number 4 would be Chocolate the Moose, which sounds like a great one. And number 8 would be Snort the Bull. But from left to right, we're going to start with number 1, which is Patty. Now, instead of, for this series, instead of them saying something like, Claude the Crab, it just says Patty. And then you would find out that Patty is a platypus. This is a great one. I love purple. Platypus is a funny, different type of animal. So I like that one starting off. Next, we're going to go Pinky, which is a flamingo. And of course, the same sort of packaging, the see-through. And then, of course, you got Ronald holding the Happy Meal box. Chops, which looks like a cat. I'm actually not sure. Okay. 5 is Goldie, which would be a goldfish. Good classic design. 6 is Speedy, and it's a turtle. That's a good one. And 7 is Seymour. Looks like Seymour the seal. Okay, so that's the first 6, and let me make way for the next 2. And we've got 9 and 10, and that would be Quacks, which of course is a duck, and Liz the lizard. That's a good one. And that is what we have for 1996. So what was your favorite teeny beanie baby I showed off today? And be honest, do you still have a beanie baby or 2 in your house? If you enjoyed this video through toy history, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more unboxings, reviews, and nostalgia-filled content. Also, check me out on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thank you so much for everything, and as always, go watch a movie today.